Welcome, and thank you for listening to another episode of the Hangry Mexican. Now, behind every brand, whether that's a business company or an individual, there is always somebody that handles the PR, the public relations. And that individual is in charge of getting your name, your brand out there to the world. So today, my guest is Raquel Figlo. She is based out of Los Angeles. She has a passion for creating brand awareness and customer loyalty for all of her clients. She's the founder of Raquel Figlo Public Relations and has worked on a variety of projects with a variety of guests that include musicians and celebrities and sports figures. She's very upbeat and genuine, and I really wanted to know what it takes to work the PR circuit and what it's all about. You know, a lot of the times we see these press releases, if you will, on a certain individual, a certain brand, something's happening, maybe an event. And there's a lot of hard work that goes into creating these press or news releases. And not only does Raquel elaborate on what it is that she does, but how to do it and how to do it well, and even gives some tips on how to make that brand better. So let's get started. Without further ado, here is Raquel Figlo. DJ, roll that music. Take pictures all day?
I mean, you've got to post. So we were talking today on the live. It's like you're documenting your life. Like you're posting, you need to post with intention. And I have really cool days. Like yesterday, I was at the LA Police Museum. Emilio Rivera was there. He just the trailer for Rob Zombie's new movie was out, and he's golfing with us when the trailer's out. I mean, that's so awesome. Like that's who I'm with on the day it comes out. And then this morning, I'm throwing the Scary Peyton event, you know, so I was I had a meeting, then I did a live, now I'm with you, and now I'm going to talk to this magazine to promote my bands, you know, for the rest of the afternoon. So I'm going to document it, so I post all day, I'm like, this is what I'm doing, isn't that cool? Do you keep like a spare battery for your phone or something like that? I'm on half, like it might die, but anyways.
No, I mean, you're doing a lot of things.
Do you see? I know.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like, it might be a lot of things, but it all falls under music, entertainment, and lifestyle brands. And also, it's fun. I get to do it on my own terms. I work for myself. Like, I woke up, you know, washed the dishes, and was still working as I was getting ready instead of having to be in an office. I mean, I'm sure some offices are fun, like Fox 11, but sitting at a desk and having someone tell me what to do, for some reason, I've never been good at it. I've always been fired from all my jobs, even though, not a lot, but going to work on time is really hard. Oh. But I work 24/7. Not like you got fired to my work, but it's like you have to be there at 9 a.m. sucks to me.
So what
authority?
What's been the suckiest job you've had?
No, they weren't sucky. It was like me not making it to work, and of course you have to, if you don't want to go, you don't want to go, or if I take a long lunch break, or if I take a long lunch break, or it's a beautiful day, you want to go to the pool. Yeah. But with my own business, I get the work done, and I do it on my own time. I'm either working at the pool, answering phone calls, emails. But I don't know. I think it's that whole thing. You have to be somewhere. That always it works for some people. Yeah. Well, no sucky jobs.
So have you always had jobs in the same field or the same industry?
No. So that kind of no, I haven't. And when you don't have a job that you're passionate about, it sucks. So I'm thinking maybe that's why things haven't worked out, you know? So being raised a Latina family, you need to get married, have a job, have that 401k, have that Social Security. And my parents were like, you don't have to like your job. And I got a job right out of college had my master's in communications from Cal State Fullerton and my undergraduate. And But it was hard to find something in my field without the experience. So I got a job, let's just say a sales job. And it paid really well, but I didn't like it. And when you don't like something and you're not having fun, people can notice. And also your work, it shows in your work. So that's when I don't want to be there. I'm going to lunch. I had like an expense card. Did all that, but I was so young though. Like in my just mid-20s. But so I knew that I wanted to be like an event planner, and I liked promotions and I liked music, but it takes time to get there. And I think all the time I spent from learning stuff at that job, because I did, from doing nonprofits and raising money in my 20s to like doing events and marketing, led me to what I'm really good at, and it's promoting. It's a publicist, being the voice for people. And now I really love it, because one of the things I talk about is I make other people successful, and their success is my success. And the key to success is helping others. So I really feel I'm successful because of that. I was listening to a podcast that said that. Like the definition is helping people. Yeah. And I love helping people.
Wow. So from a very young age, you knew you wanted to help out people in this way that you're doing now?
Well, like music. So that, I knew I was really good at promoting, and that's like being a voice, like branding. And because when I was in high school, I took this test, like what you're going to be when you grow up.
Oh, I remember those.
And it actually said publicist.
Really?
I swear to goodness, it was. It said like promoter, publicist, under PR. And I don't know why I didn't study PR. I studied communications, branding, but I'm really happy I did, because with branding, it's helping me with the clients that I have, and that's knowing your target audience, like who to connect with, how to connect with them. And a publicist is someone that's I was reading all these articles on it, and my friends always like send me stuff, but like someone who I don't know, like gets along with people, communicates, and making people feel happy and positive, and getting them interested, like how I'm getting you interested in all my clients, right? And myself. But I work really hard 24/7. No big deal. I was the other night, I was up till midnight putting together the guest list for the Gary Payton event. That's on July 27th. And then waking up at 6 a.m. to get ready for the golf tournament for the Los Angeles Police Museum. That's like crazy and fun, but it has to get done. So.
Yeah. No. Wow. And it's a lot. Even just hearing about it, it's definitely not something that a lot of people can juggle.
No, they can't, and that's why they hired me.
So, do you ever get like a vacation time off just for yourself, or because you said you're working 24/7, practically?
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? That's another part about it too. I'm actually going to Nashville for the first time. I'm so excited.
Oh,
August 9th through the 12th. I'm helping doing PR for this event called the Rock and Pod Expo. Where it's all these podcasts. Actually, maybe next year you should go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's all podcasts, like in music, but it doesn't matter, music, entertainment. But when I'm out there, I'll be working, and all I need is a cell phone and a laptop. That's all I need, right? And some internet. So that's something I've manifested this year, that I need to travel and utilize not having to be in an office, being able to travel. So I'm going to Montreal at the end of August for an event with a client. They're, inviting me out, and I'm going to cover it. Can't say who, but it's going to be really awesome. You'll see on my social media. I'll be out there. It's at a brewing company, so it's a big brewing festival, beer festival.
So talking about social media, where can people find you?
Oh, so you can follow me on Instagram at Raquel Maiden, RaquelMaiden, and then on Facebook at Raquel Figlo PR, and then my website raquelfiglo.com, and Twitter Raquel Figlo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. And we're going to be putting all that information also in the description to this episode. Okay, so do you find it hard to completely unplug from your devices?
You know what? Yeah, I do. And then when I unplug, my clients, they're like, "Where'd you go?" Like they always question, because I'm constantly available. Being a boutique agency, I'm like I'm always there, and I'm calling my clients every day. And, that works for some. And I know a lot of people are busy during the day, but I'm like, just because I email you, you don't have to rush to get back to me, but get back to me sometime during that day or sometime soon. But yeah, I do find it hard to unplug. But when I unplug at night, I get 8 hours of sleep.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. I make sure I go to bed by 10, 11. So I try to go to bed at 10 because I like to wake up at 5, but I need my 8 hours of sleep. That's why I look so young.
Wait a minute. So what time do you wake up?
5 a.m.
Oh, geez. Wow.
I try. Either that. Today I was up at 6.
Uh-huh.
I like to start early because honestly, I'm going to share this. I find it fun and exciting. I want to be done by 3. I want to be done by noon. Like, you just put in like a good solid 5 hours of work or 7.
Yeah.
And then I want to go to the pool. I want to go shopping. I want to go eat with my friends. I want to, like yesterday after the golf tournament for the Los Angeles Police Museum, I went and picked up my chairs from Home Goods. I bought 2 four leather new chairs, and I drive a little tiny Mercedes, and I was going to wait till Wednesday for my friend to help me with his truck, but instead I just went to pick it up. It took me 1 hour to drive each chair one by one in my 2-seater. But like fun stuff like that, like, I wanted it, I went and got it. You don't rely on anybody else, and that's kind of how my business is. It's just me.
Yeah.
Making things happen.
Wow. Now, growing up, did you count on any of the stuff that you have now? Like, did you count with money, or did you have, I guess, like for me, I had struggling parents, and I still kind of do. But is that something that you grew up in, like that environment?
No. You know what? My mom, I was born in Bolivia, what I mean, she wanted me to have a really nice life. So we came here when I was 2. My dad, I was raised in Mission Viejo, Orange County. Oh. My parents still live there. I live near there, like the next city. But they gave me all the tools in the world to be successful. So to me, like, I'm always trying to please them. And I don't know if I'll ever be satisfied. Maybe that's why I keep doing so much. But I just want to make them so proud, but I learned the older I got, I need to make myself proud. And so for a really long time, their level of success is what I love my parents, I love my mom, but like, why aren't you this? It's still like kind of being raised like, oh, why aren't you this? You haven't done anything with your life in the last 10 years. And I'm just like, well, I have, but so I can't satisfy anyone else. I have to satisfy myself. And that's the thing I grew up with. And if I can help anyone, it's like you really have to only make yourself happy.
Yeah.
So that kind of beating me down to make me succeed, that's how I was raised.
Yeah, I totally feel It's like there's always there's the parents always try to keep you humble. No matter what you do, they always keep you humble. Yeah, I'm wondering if
it's like just because being, from South America, being Latino, I don't know, but no, I really have to be happy with myself. So, getting there.
Well, then, having said that, what is the key to having a good balance between your work and your play?
So I mean, I guess I don't know if it's cliche to say, but I work hard and I play hard as well, so I work really hard, but then I'm going to that pool at 3:00. Like, I'm going to go pick up my chairs if I want to. It's like I want that balance of like you're able to have the freedom. So I work really hard to have that freedom, and freedom's really important to me. Going back to why I haven't been able to hold down a day job, because that's not freedom to me.
But the key is you have to love what you're doing. Otherwise,
yes, passion. So I love listening to podcasts in the morning. That's the first thing I do. Things that help, they make you a better person or about success. And so a lot of it has to do with, I just went off on a tangent. Like, what was the question? The key to success.
The key to success.
Being happy. Like, I can say I'm happy because I love what I do. And if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. That's where I was going with it. Yeah, so I've heard that before, and it's actually true. Yeah. Like, I can actually say today, all those years of doing events and working with different clients, I finally know what I'm destined to do.
And do you have is there a job that you've done that comes to mind where you just definitely were not happy with?
I can't say who it is, but
you don't have to.
Even like the best place that changed my entire life sucked. People are mean, and people are mean at work, and there's cliques, and they talk and they're like, don't eat with you at lunch, and all I wanted to do was eat with someone at lunch and not by myself in the office.
Oh, so how do you deal with that? Like you're at work and you have toxic people.
Always.
How do you even deal with these types of mean
Quit.
folks?
No, just kidding.
But what if it's something that you really love?
Honestly, I've dealt with this before. I mean, you know what? I've learned to always take the high road, always be nice, don't get mixed up in the politics, don't talk shit on people. Still be nice to them, ask them to lunch, or find someone else who's lonely at work.
In your same shoes?
In your same shoes. Or, I mean, I really don't like going to places and eating alone. I still can't really do that, so that was kind of hard, but I don't know, at least maybe trying that. You know what? I had this one job, and who was my friend at the job was the secretary, who was the sister of this company that I worked for. She was older, and everyone's like, why are you guys hanging out? But she was nice. Who cares if she was older? We'd go for a beer, someone completely opposite of me, but she was... Because everybody at the job was really young, so they were like really cliquey millennials, and which is fine. And we just hang out. So yeah, I found a friend. That's what I did.
That's good.
Find someone.
That's good. I had that at my previous job. There was a colleague of mine that was definitely a lot older, but we just became really good friends.
Yeah.
She was a reporter I worked with.
Age is but a number.
Exactly. But
do we guys have lunch together and hang out?
Yeah, well, even now that he's still in Santa Barbara, I'm out here in the LA area working and doing all that. But some weekends, like almost like every other weekend, I tend to go out to Santa Barbara. So whenever I can, I just invite him over. He's free. We just meet up anywhere.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, like going back to the freedom stuff you were talking about, just having that freedom to meet wherever. It's like,
yes.
So just getting up and going and just meeting them and that's something that he shares also.
That's great. It feels good. You know? I mean, I have to get work done, so I woke up at 6. I sent a press release for my band that needs to go out. We're trying to hit some really big markets. Sent an invoice. Got on the phone, did my podcast. But those are things I know that need to get done. But I wouldn't. And so when you get the work done, that allows you to have the freedom.
So what's the hardest thing about what you do?
Learning to manage I have expectations. So I want to be everything to my client, and sometimes you can't. So it's just that initial talk of like, what we can get, what we can do. And I don't know, I need to not take things so personally, because I know that any press for a client, yes, listen people, any press is good press. And so when they're like, you got me this, but I wanted this. And I was like, dude, we got to get there. So in the meantime, the fact that I can get you in local media or, a podcast, like you don't know where those fans are. Like you can be in the biggest website, but because it's so big, it's, the people there aren't all either into that, what you're promoting, or it's just so many people gets lost.
Yeah.
It's so many, they post so much that it gets lost. So sometimes those smaller podcasts, those smaller media, you'll get your true fans there. But I just need to be more. Well, I am confident, but I'll be honest and vulnerable. We all have that insecurity where it kind of affects you. It makes you like, you get bummed out, but you got to shake it off and move on.
Yeah. No, what you said is definitely true. Like in the news industry, there's constant news 24/7. So there's always something being uploaded to the websites, the station's websites, and stories that even a story that you posted an hour ago, if there's all this stuff that happens within that hour, that story is just gonna get buried.
Yes. Okay, you get me. Yeah.
Yeah. So with like my podcast here, for example, I tend to just release one episode every week, even though I have some that I could probably release the day of or do it like twice a week.
Sure.
But just having that 1 week to just give it some breathing room, promote that episode, let people actually listen to it.
Yeah.
That's what I really like.
I like that. That's great strategy.
So going back to clients, how do you deal with demanding clients?
Wow. I was asked this last week in another podcast too, and I mean, I just I'm really honest with them. Actually, well, so everyone always tells me you have to write it all in the contract. This is what I can do, this is what I can't do. But because I'm a boutique agency and because I pride myself on the customer service, I write things in, but I go above and beyond. And if they're demanding, I'm kind of like, well, I sent you this interview last week and it didn't, you didn't follow through. So let's get through these things. Just having a conversation and treating them like friends. If they're too demanding, I don't know. Have I ever had to let anyone go? Sometimes, but, interesting. My client, okay, it's like dating. You kind of know what you're going to get in the beginning. You kind of have a feel for them. So yeah, if someone's too crazy, I don't think I'll really work with them. But my clients are pretty great. We have open communication, and like any relationship, that is the key. So I know what I'm getting.
Do you usually do some research on your clients like beforehand, or
okay? So before I work with someone, actually I got a phone call today too for someone that wanted to start with me. They're an up and coming band, and he's like, do you work with up and coming bands? And I'm like, there's some work that you need to do beforehand. And so I was looking at his social media numbers. They were like at 100. So I gave him free advice on how to get his social media numbers up. And if you go to my Instagram today, or if you go to my Instagram, I give free advice on how to increase your followers. Sharing and giving advice doesn't hurt. So I tell them to do some legwork there. And then, is their social media, everything matching to their website? Is their bio updated? Are their photos clear, or are they blurry? Are there misspellings? Fix all that first. And then go on the internet. Here's some free advice right now. Go on the internet, Google whatever city you're in. This guy was from Oklahoma. I told him to go look up Oklahoma metal magazines, Oklahoma music, podcasts, blogs. Now go reach out to them, but you have to have all your shit together first, your social media and everything together first, like on point, like where everything's making sense, and be like, hey, check out my new album. I'm out of Oklahoma. I live in your city. Write about me. Then give me like something to work with so we can take you to the next level. Because that's a lot of work. And I don't have the time for it. Yay. I have like really big clients at the moment, which I'm sure they're going to get to, and I'd want to get them there. But you got to do some work yourself first. Yeah,
exactly. Well, what are some of the most common problems that you see on people's social media accounts?
Like exactly what I was saying, blurry photos, misspellings. I mean, when you post on Instagram, you need to have some kind of intention. So even when I post a picture, sometimes with my girlfriends, one, we look super cute, but we're doing something fun. We're either at a cool restaurant, or we're at the beach, or it's like a holiday. Or I write, dude, Flashback Friday, we're like 15, this is 15 years old, this photo, and here we are, looking the same. So you got to post something to make it fun. Try to find your voice, like whatever it is, if you're, fun and exciting, or whatever you're doing, describe it. So that's the kind of advice I give when posting. And I see a lot of people just posting crap, and you see that too, right?
Yeah.
Like just random photos. And what else? Like people just like to videotape themselves doing nothing.
That is true.
You see those, and or if they're eating, what's up with that? How did that start? Well, you know what I hate the most? When they're doing lives and they're driving.
Oh,
or they're singing to the
big
songs,
no-no.
like they're like singing. Do not do that. One, it's super lame. Like you're freaking driving and you can kill someone. But also, no one wants to see you drive. Do you want to see people drive? Honestly,
I don't
want to see people drive. Like, keep your eyes on the road. And when they sing along to songs, oh my gosh, people are gonna start hating on me because this is so common. I know, like, the Instagram girls, too, how they pout their lips and, like, kind of move around and do the selfie thing.
Yeah.
That's freaking lame. Just because some girls are doing it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, send me the hate mail. But for real, like, if you're going to post that, I mean, at least talk about what you're wearing, where you're at.
Yeah.
There's so many cute girls out there. We get it. You're cute. Yay.
Exactly. Yeah, I follow the Santa Barbara hashtag.
Ooh.
And
what do you see, Santa Barbara?
There's always like all these like people, girls that are modeling out in Santa Barbara, and so they take photos and all that stuff. And even out here in LA, it's very common. I mean,
that's all right, but if it's a model picture, that's great because the sunset and it's pretty. But I'm talking about the lives or the selfies or the pouty lips and
because
I pout sometimes too, actually, so I can't hate on that.
Well, because what I'm seeing constantly is like all these people that are modeling or posting modeling pictures, they always have like they always tag the like whoever they're wearing or whatever. It's like
that's smart. Okay, that's good. That's a good trend.
Mm-hmm. So I've seen that, but then I've also seen the stuff that you're talking about where they just it's just taking a picture for no reason almost, just to take a picture.
Well, what do you think about when they sing along to music?
I wouldn't want to. I usually just skip over those, but. That's actually a really good advice that you're giving because, I mean, a lot of people need to hear that, whether they like it or not. They need to. But how did you learn, though? How did you learn about all those little tricks on how to post it?
So how did I learn about the tricks of social media?
Yes.
Well, one, by watching, and then I think a lot of discussions, talking to people. Yeah, definitely talking to people. You want to find people in your industry that you can have conversations with because sometimes working for yourself, it gets really lonely and you don't know if you're doing the right thing or if what you're doing is working. But being interviewed and talking to other people in my field, we're having discussions that, the things I've noticed are right. And also really going to college and getting that education or learning your craft. I mean, even articles you can learn about social media, read up on it, know everything about what you're doing. And another person who who said that I agreed with, that agrees with me is Christine Devine. When I interviewed her, she said, know your craft, really know it. And that's how you stand out, and that's how you're successful. So she's listening. Hi. Studying it, learn it. Education, key.
Wow. Well, what do you find is the easiest part about your job? Because we talked about the most difficult thing.
Okay.
What about the easiest thing?
So, one thing that has made things easy now, because clients are calling me left and right, thank you, but it took so long. So long in the sense of like years of promoting, putting yourself out there. I can't put a number on it, but people will see if you follow me. I'm constantly saying, hey, I'm doing this, I'm working with this person, so you can't be shy. So now it's easy to not be shy. It's easy to say, hey, I'm here with Oscar Flores and we're doing this awesome podcast. Go follow him. You know, no shame in my game, because that's how you're going to get people to know who you are. Now it's fun. And so, it's easier. I feel more comfortable now, but that takes practice and it takes time.
Yeah.
So life's easy right now, today.
All right. How about this? What's the part about your job that makes you the most nervous?
So I can't believe I still get nervous for interviews. Like when I'm interviewing big people, I can't believe that still makes me nervous because I've interviewed some pretty big rock stars. And I was nervous when I interviewed Christine Devine, but I did well. I get nervous when I interviewed Dave Mustaine, but then I think it's excitement. So maybe I've been told this actually. Being nervous is also you're excited. So you just got to train your mind and be like, you're not nervous, you're excited. But
is that the trick you use?
I've been lately when I heard that just recently this year. I heard that's excitement.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that still happens to me after 8 years of interviewing rock stars.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It keeps the job exciting.
It does. Yeah.
I'm the same way with news.
Really?
I still get, whenever there's a breaking news, I still get an adrenaline rush.
Oh, I saw your live when the earthquake happened. You're like, breaking news, this place is shaking. You did so well. I was watching you. And the way you were saying, we're doing back-to-back coverage. It was cool.
Yeah.
If you were nervous or that, that was exciting. That was breaking news.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I don't know. I've gotten comfortable with, or just more confident rather. I think that's the right word, confident, in covering breaking news events, because I have been doing news for such a long time that when the earthquake happened, I knew what to do, that we had to get the information out there, and But that adrenaline rush kept me going basically overnight because I stay there overnight up until the next morning.
You stayed there overnight?
Yeah, just covering, updating information, all that stuff, and I didn't really crash in bed until I got home, and that was probably like around noon-ish.
Yeah.
The following day, but that adrenaline just kept me going, and so I remember the first time that happened to me when the first time I had to cover breaking news, that adrenaline came and my stomach just started hurting and I didn't know what to do. It was,
I feel you. I used to take shots before my interviews. I would have a little shot. I remember when I was interviewed on Be Real TV. This is like a long time ago, right in the beginning. I had to like go to the liquor store and like literally drink a couple shots of tequila because I mean it was at the Be Real studios. It was all these cameras. It was all live feed, and it was like my first time ever being really interviewed, and that was scary. But I did it, and people loved it, and people commented. They were nice.
Good. Yeah.
I don't really get that. Yeah. Well, no, people have always been really cool, I guess. Yeah. Sometimes you're afraid of what they're gonna say, but in life you can't. You can't really care what people say. Everyone's gonna have an opinion. So.
Yeah. How do you deal with the trolls online?
I don't have any.
Oh, well, good for you. You're one of the lucky ones.
Do you want to know something? No, not really. I mean, no, honestly, not too bad. But some of my clients, I'm just like, oh, I hope they don't read this. But I go back and when that happens, I sit with them and I'm like, okay, this is what we have to change. You need to speak up, or you need to slow down, or you need to wear something different, do your hair, pluck your eyebrows, get your nails done. Actually, that's how I talk to my clients. I do.
Really?
Yeah, I got to be really real with them. It's like, all right, get your hair dyed. You always have to be on point. I need to get my nails done soon. But I definitely always, because people are looking at you and people are looking at me like I'm representing these people. So I try to always put my best face forward. And even with Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives too, like you can see what you look like. So try to get better lighting. Try to, sit somewhere like with a nice scenery.
Well, the look's important then,
It
right?
is. And people say, like they want you to like the music or the person. No, it takes very minimal effort to have great sound, a nice scenery, and look good. Like these women that try not to wear makeup, no, put some makeup on. Like at least a little foundation or a little lipstick.
Like it's okay to be a girl. It's okay to look like
it's okay to be a girl.
Woman,
I know. They're like, no, I don't need to, or but and it's nothing bad. But if you're putting yourself out there, you need to look the best you can, and because I'll be that girl that said, "They'll type in a comment, put some lipstick on." No,
yeah. Well, even even with guys, I guess. I mean,
guys are the worst.
Tell me about it.
I don't get it. I mean, do you guys not look in the mirror? Like, what is up? I'm not gonna say which interview, but the last few interviews in this last 3 months, I'll throw that out. It's like, dude, did you shower? Did you do your hair? Did you just wake up?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So you look all clean and fresh with your nice hair, your shaved face, nice shirt. See?
Well, thank you.
It's not that hard to do.
This is how I woke up.
That's how you wake up like that? I woke up like this.
Well, to tell you the truth, I love shaving, and I do it every other day.
Girls need to do that, too.
But then just recently, I actually got back to like the old traditional way of shaving, like where you have to create your own lather, and then you have
fun.
to. I know, it is.
Fun.
It's like my mini spa day.
Good. But it smells good too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that. I love smells. I love things I love perfume. I like spray myself with a lot.
What's like your favorite scent?
Opium by Lauren. Oh my God, Opium. It's called Opium. I'm gonna butcher. Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one girl told me, a friend of mine, that's for nighttime and you should wear the daytime. And I'm like, no way. I'm going to wear the nighttime whenever I want. And I mix it with Victoria's Secret Love Spell. Oh. And Victoria's Secret Love Spell is so like from the 90s, but it's such an awesome scent. Yeah. And so it just really goes with my body and the opium. And I smell good. Everyone tells me how good I smell. And I don't care that it's only for nighttime. I'm going to wear it all the time. Because I like it. And
there
if you
go.
like it, do it. Rock it. So.
Yeah. Like sometimes I go to bed after I shower. Like a lot of guys, that's it. Like if they shower at night, like that's it. They just go to bed. But then I don't know. I like smelling good when I go to bed.
Put cologne in bed?
Yes, I put cologne on.
Awesome.
But I do like the lavender one. The lavender, because I have several types of cologne.
That's
So there's
so cool.
there's ones
Good
that are
for
like
you. Are you listening to this? Yeah, you want to smoke it all the time. If you like it, why not?
yeah. So I don't know if it's like a Latino thing, but
Latinos always want to smell and look good.
Exactly.
I love it. Viva la raza.
But yeah, I mean, has there been a client before where you just dropped because they were just too crazy?
You know what? I think it was a mutual drop. That's happened before. You know what? It happens when you're like learning your business and you learn what you can tolerate, what you're able to do, what you can't do. And at first I thought I could be the publicist for everyone, where I worked with chiropractors or doctors or authors, but you can't. So and that's when I thought I could do things for them, and they pay you, and then you kind of sit back and be like, you know what? You need a publicist who specializes in medical. You need a publicist that specializes in, I don't know, trees. So you can't be something to everyone, no matter how much you really want to believe that. But what I really am good at is creating legacies for music, entertainment, and lifestyle brands, and that's my tagline. Music, entertainment, come at me. Lifestyle brands, fashion lines. Now that could be anywhere from sunglasses to watches, which I haven't had yet, but I'm just. I've had clothing lines like the Naughty Girl, which is amazing, who you'll have on your show soon enough, Sienna Sinclair. She's so fantastic. To Dirtbag Clothing, and Dirtbag specializes in the music industry. They put clothes on the roadies, the people that make the bands happen, and bands, of course. Yeah. But it's all that clothing line that's comfortable and cool to wear for the people that make it happen.
Wow. Now, being part of that music world,
the metal world,
where has that journey taken you? Because I know that you've
meeting every rock star in the world,
you've interviewed people,
front pit. Where's that taken me?
Just talk to me about some of your experiences in the music world, and doing that, interviewing famous people in the music world.
Sure.
Take me from the beginning to now. How did it all begin?
It all began when I was 5 years old, and then I listened to Black Sabbath on KNAC when I was like going to bed. I must have been 5 or 7. I was at an age where I had a radio in my room. But when I heard Black Sabbath, I mean, that was it for me. I loved it so much. And you'll hear so many stories of people in the music industry like this, that you hear a song, and I mean, I wanted that to be my life. And growing up, there was this thing called MTV where they actually played music videos. And during the summer, my parents worked, and so I was in front of the TV all day, which it sounds bad, but it wasn't, because that's how I know all those awesome 80 bands. No music, MTV was amazing. So, I mean, it started there, and just knowing bands like, Aerosmith and Kiss and all those cool bands. So I've actually went to their shows, so, and then I started going to concerts when I was in high school, because my parents they were really protective, and I'm glad they were. It kept me out of trouble a lot growing up. I had to get good grades, and I couldn't really go out all the time. So from loving the music to going to concerts to, being in your 20s, being a cute chick from Orange County going to the concerts got me backstage and hanging out with the bands. And then when 2011, when I was the event planner for the Key Club, this magazine came up and asked if I wrote. They're called Rock and Roll Industries. And I started writing for them. And I said yes. I just said yes. I mean, I had a college education. I'm smart. And then all those bands I hung out with in my 20s, I was like, hey, can I interview you? And that's how it led me to the interviews and being in the music, and now doing PR for bands, which I've always really wanted to do and help. But until I knew exactly what I could do for them, I didn't want to be like, okay, I'll be your publicist. Yeah, I could do that. I'm kind of really cautious, because I mean, it's your reputation and it's who you are. So there's some bands I started with that I didn't charge very much, and see what I could do with them. I posted on social media, and so people started seeing I was doing things with bands other than interviewing them. And now, like, I just had a phone call with two bands today. One of them is a famous band from the 90s and 2000s, which I really look forward to working with. So I got to send them a proposal. So that's all led to that. That's why things take time. If you keep pushing forward and keep kind kind of focused or doing things in your industry, it's going to lead you to where you want to be.
Has there been moments in your life where you just want to quit doing what you're currently doing, that is?
You know what? I don't know why I'm so freaking sensitive. I'm a metalhead. I shouldn't be so like sensitive, but yeah, like when someone's like, "Oh, you didn't really get me what I wanted," and I don't know why it breaks my heart. Like, you know what? Just forget this music stuff. But no way, like, because there's other people. Well, not even other people, myself. Like, you know what? I have to look back at it and be like, no, you did a lot. You're good at what you do, and you're not even there yet. I still have so much more to grow. Yeah. So quitting's for losers.
Well said. So when you take on a client, how long does that relationship last?
Forever.
Really?
No, I wish. That'd be great. I mean, sometimes, I've had clients for 2 years now. Yeah. The naughty girl, Sienna Sinclair of Los Angeles. She's an amazing client. I love working with her. Sometimes having a publicist, honestly, first you need something to promote. 2, it's expensive. Mm-hmm. So you need to have the budget for it. And it, obviously, like anything, it takes money to make money. Yeah. My clients, I recommend, and I won't work with anyone less than 3 months. It has to be a solid 3 months. Mm-hmm. It takes a month to get to know each other, research, and build. But I've come to a point where I'm able to get clients pressed the first month, which is so freaking hard. I know, like, other publicists, like, that's good. Like, I'll get you press, and all press is good press. It's content. Yeah. And I feel, clients, people looking for press, they have to value that somehow. Like, that should be really valued. I'm able to do that. Yeah. Anyways, and then 6 months. I like a solid 6 months to a year. But 3 months to get you going. In 3 months, you're going to learn how to post on Instagram and Facebook. You're going to find your voice. I'm going to clean up your social media platforms, your websites. I'll either write you a new bio or a press release that you can use as your content on your website. I mean, that's huge. That's all included. Advice, us talking. You're going to have, obviously some media that you can post on your social media platforms that you'll have on your website for people to see that you've actually done something, that you are something. And as well, like, I never end any relationship on a bad note, so I'll always be there, either to repost or just be a friend. And if I see you're doing something cool, I'm gonna like it. It doesn't hurt to be nice. But you're gonna leave with a lot of value. So I try to really do that for my clients, because I know we all work hard for our money, and at the end of the day, I want to be of value. And that's the most important thing that you can be, right?
Yep, exactly. Okay, let's go. Let's get on a little time machine and let's go back a little bit.
All right.
So let's just go back to the first time that you took on a client. You're just starting out. What will you tell your younger self to make things easier, to make the journey that, as you know it now, to be, just make it easier?
To make life easier, what would I tell my younger self? Be focused. I partied so much when I was younger, and I still do. I need to be focused. My dad used to say to me, when are you going to stop partying? When are you going to grow up? So, but if I didn't get that all out of my system, but I did a little bit too much, I think. So, yeah. And it's not a bad thing, but I would have said be a little bit more focused. But I think I've had that trouble throughout my life. Like, if you see a squirrel, like, I'm like, squirrel, and I run to it, kind of thing. And what else? What else? Oh, my gosh. Not that I ever talk shit on anybody, but, yeah, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk too much. Don't tell too much. I'm being interviewed right now.
Actually, that's pretty good advice, actually.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people tend to
talk too much. Yeah. And, I never said anything that wasn't true, but, like, you kind of let things slip. No, silence is golden.
Yes.
So definitely that. Save money. Jeez. Like, I'm like, You can make so much money, and then it's gone. It's like you have a bunch of stuff, but yeah, definitely save some money. I have money saved now, but mostly be focused and keep your mouth shut. That's my best advice.
That's good. What do you do to like really treat yourself?
I treat myself every day. I love getting my nails done, getting my hair done. I love going shopping. That's like everyday kind of thing. Treat myself. I like a clean house. I like to make my bed in the morning. Those little things that you do for yourself. I pray in the morning. I make time for myself. So many people say I don't have time to shave my legs, or I don't have time to. Girls say that. I'm like, shave your freaking legs. They don't want to go to the pool because they're not shaved. Weird. Get your nails done.
Yeah.
Like, I love going to the salon, and then they serve you a little mimosa. Oh, it's so much fun.
That's why I like going to the barber I go to. They give me a beer while I'm waiting, or wine.
Wine's good.
Yeah,
I like different beers, but finding time for yourself, and that's how I treat myself. Nails done every 2 weeks, and then I post about it. My new color of the week.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so before we wrap the podcast, there's just a couple more things. Pet peeves. Let's talk about pet peeves.
Oh my goodness. I feel like now what, with clients or in general?
Actually, both, now that you bring it up.
Okay, one thing I can't stand about like men.
Yeah.
It's like they need to know where they're going. Like when you park your car, they can't forget where your car is. I always remember where the car is. I hate looking for that.
Yeah.
Not knowing directions. I mean, I guess we all get busy, but with clients, it's like, if I send you some press, can you please follow up with it? No, they do. They're all awesome. But I'm just saying, in the past, because my reputation is, with the media. So I definitely want to make sure that my clients get the press and that, that we're delivering in a timely manner. But I don't know, that's so much of a pet peeve. What else? Girls' nails. When your nails aren't done, ew. And then, bad photos. Like clients, bands, you need to have solid photos. So that's like another pet peeve.
Oh, there you go.
Or, you need to have all your stuff together. But I usually help my clients out with that.
But, okay, I guess I just want to wrap things up by giving you the last word. Any thoughts? Any final thoughts that you want to just put out there?
Some final thoughts?
Yes.
My final thoughts are be focused. Take time to take care of yourself. And, really know the industry that you're in. Because once you feel confident with your knowledge, you're going to love what you do. So I feel that when you don't know your industry that well, that's the insecurity that you get. And it makes kind of like working hard, makes your job hard. So definitely know your field. And if you need a publicist, go to raquelfiglo.com. Follow me on Instagram at Raquel Maiden.
Yeah, exactly.
And go follow Oscar Flores.
All right. Well, Raquel, thank you so much for joining me here on the podcast today.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview and got a glimpse of what it is to do public relations. My thanks to Raquel, but also to the Coral Tree Cafe in Encino, which for the second time I've used to record the podcast. Excellent food there, of course. And if you liked this episode and love the podcast, please go to the Apple Podcast and rate this podcast there. And also tell your family and friends, comment on it. The more reviews it gets, the more chances it has of getting out there to a lot more people that might find all of these topics that we've been discussing for months now very helpful. So please do that. And if you have any comments or questions, email them to hangrymexicanpodcast@gmail.com. hangrymexicanpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to feature some of those comments and questions in future episodes. Thanks again, and I hope that all of you are having a great week. And until next time, good night and good luck.